This is a new spray gun from MTM Veloci. Could it be the best new spray gun on the market? Let's dive in and check it out. What's going on, y'all? It's here from Charleston Detail. And today we're going to take a look at some of the best spray guns on the market from both Active and MTM Veloci. And make sure you watch all the way to the end to get my opinions on which one I think is the best. All right, up first we have the new spray gun from MTM Veloci. It's their SG35. And this is another one to their line. They've got quite a few in the arsenal. They have the SGS28, they have the SGS35, and both the standard and the Aqualine, and now they have the new SG35. So the real big difference in this one, it's missing that S in the designation where the SGS35 has a swiveling base. This one does not. If you ask me, that's pretty important. It's really a big pain to not have a swivel connect on the bottom of your pressure washer gun, but you know, I'm sure you can make it work. You could probably add one to the end, but as it comes, this does not have a swiveling base. But of the group we're going to compare today, this one's coming at just over $50. So really of the bunch, it's a pretty economical choice and definitely has quite a few upgrades from maybe your traditional spray gun, your lower end spray gun that might come with your foam cannon. So definitely has a lot of the quality components that you come to expect from MTM Veloci. Really nice handle, it's easy to squeeze. They also have the trigger lock, which I'll be honest, I've always thought it was kind of a nuisance because usually it just accidentally flips down on me, on even the others. I traditionally use the SGS35 Aqualine. That's my go-to for the most part. And so they all have the similar kind of handle. But you'll notice this one does have brass fittings. So that's something that's a little bit of a con in my book, but not a deal breaker. All right, let's move on. All right, up next we have the spray gun from Active. And you can get the spray gun alone, or it does come in a premium accessory kit. I'll put it right over here. In fact, I've got a video coming out where I'm gonna deep dive into that whole premium accessory kit and go over it. It comes with a foam cannon, an upgraded hose, both the stubby gun and the lance. It's really a great kit, especially if you're trying to even upgrade from what comes with your pressure washer. I use the Active 2.0, that's my go-to pressure washer. And honestly, I think it is really one of the best on the market as far as price, value, and function. Of course, the Kranzla is the king, and that is a tremendous pressure washer. I've had the opportunity of using it. I do not own one. My thought was that at $1,200, my Active 2.0 at $350 I've got to go through like 3 of those to equal one of those Kranzlas. And so, I'll probably get a Kranzla one day, but I love the Active 2.0 pressure washer. I think it works phenomenal and is really good. Like I said, a great balance of price and functionality. And yeah, $350, it's hard to go wrong. But back to their stubby. This one is probably the hardest to pull of the bunch. It's harder to pull than the MTMs. It does have a very solid construction. It has 304 stainless steel, quick connects with the swivel. So, the swivel is key. Like the MTM, it does have the trigger lock for those of you that like the safety of the trigger lock. Yeah, just some really solid construction. There's also a lance. And this lance does have a really great bend to the end of it as far as like really kind of being able to access the top portions of the vehicle easily, or if you're getting underneath a wheel well. I'm not a big fan of really how heavy duty the construction is on this. Of the lances that we're going to talk about today, I would say it's probably the more flimsy feeling. It's just not that I think it's cheap, but it's just not as overly built as some of the others. I don't think it's a bad lance. I think it's perfectly adequate. But when you start looking at some of the more overbuilt ones, like the Aqualine lance, or one that we don't have today, the OG, the Mosmatic OG spec, so those are super overbuilt, really good construction on those. But this lance, like I said, does come in the premium accessory kit with the stubby and is in the matching gray color. All right, let's move on. All right, so up next is a new spray gun for me. It's the SGS35. And this spray gun is the standard variant. Like I said, we're gonna talk about their Aqualine here in a little bit, but this does come with the swiveling base. That's what the S designation is after the SG. So anything that's SGS in the MTM Veloci line will have this swiveling bottom. Now, all of these Veloci spray guns are rated to 5,000 PSI, which is great. But for those of us that are using it for detailing, I really hope your pressure washer isn't at 5,000 PSI or you're gonna do some damage to your paint. I think most of us are operating at very high gallon per minute and lower PSI. So, but yeah, you definitely won't max out your spray gun. But this one also has some great stainless quick connects, the swiveling base, and really nice construction. So the SGS35 also does have a lance, and I do really like this lance. It's got a nice construction and feel to the grip on it, and just has a little bit of a heavier duty construction in comparison to the Active. It also does have a rubber end. I'll hold this up so you can see it. I like that it has this rubber end. This will protect your vehicle if you happen to bump it in to the vehicle while you're working over the hood or something. So it's kind of an extra safety precaution. And with both of my MTM lances, I have the 40-degree tip. This is really, really great. And it has rubber just like this other sheath so that if it were to touch the vehicle, it's not gonna scratch it. So this is a really great lance and has a little bit of a more subtle bend than the Active lance. All right, guys, up last and certainly not least, we have the SGS35 Aqualine by MTM Veloci. And this is a heavy-duty, robust spray gun. It has a shock-proof, reinforced plastic ribbing throughout the body. It does have a very heavy-duty 316 grade stainless steel, which is gonna protect against corrosion. So this is just really a heavy-duty spray gun. Now, of them, this is the most expensive, just under $138. So, you know, it's not gonna be your economical option, but if you wanna buy something and it really lasts, the SGS35 Aqualine is definitely the one to go with. All right, guys, so definitely a lot to think about with these spray guns. The new SG35 by MTM Veloci is really a phenomenal spray gun. And at just over $50, I mean, you really can't go wrong with this spray gun. You get a lot of the features of some of the more expensive Veloci spray guns, but at a lot less of a price. Similarly, the Active spray gun, this was just over $80 and is probably your best budget buy. I think it's a little bit better built having the 304 stainless steel versus the brass in the SG35. It also has a swiveling base, which to me, that's worth the extra $30 from the SG35. But this is a pretty sick orange color, and that's something to think about as well. The SGS35 comes at just under $90, about $87 on the Veloci website, and it does have the swiveling bottom, stainless steel components, and it's really about the same price as the Active. So you'd have to decide, is it worth the extra $6 or $7 to get the SGS35 over the Active spray gun? I put them pretty similarly in line with each other, and for me, I would have to give them a tie. All right, guys, and as promised, I told you I'd give you my opinion on which one I think is the best, and in first place is the MTM Veloci SGS35 Aqualine spray gun and lance combo. I think it's just a super solid build. Yes, it is the most expensive at just under $140, but if you have the budget for it, this would be the way to go. It's a great build. There is a heavier duty build spray gun out there, the Mosmatic OG spec, and that is phenomenal. But at $235 at pretty much not quite double, but almost double the price of this Aqualine spray gun, I just have a hard time justifying the price. But I know a lot of you absolutely love it and swear by it. If that's your spray gun of choice, if I'm not giving it a good enough chance, if it's totally worth that, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I just need to finally break down and get one. But for right now, this MTM Veloci SGS35 Aqualine, that's definitely my favorite. So guys, those are my rankings, but don't overlook this new SG35 spray gun from Veloci. It just came out, and if you're interested, you can find the links to all these in the description below. Y'all, thank you so much for watching today. Hopefully this gave you a good look at each of these spray guns so that you can make the best choice for your own detailing needs. Y'all, if you haven't done so already, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and as always, we'll catch you next time.